Right, so just going to have a quick look at KAS. KAS is a DAG chain project that's been going absolutely mental over the last few months. So we can see here, absolutely gone on a crazy tear and is now up to 633 million market cap. We're doing 34 million volume, which is pretty good. It's quite a lot, to be fair, considering where we've come from. Circulating supply 61%, but take into account the total supply is in full circulation, right? So the rest is being mined. So Caspar has been doing very well. Big shout outs to everyone who caught this in the Discord. We got into this one pretty early, back in September last year. So I put in there high risk. We're very early, not listed on any exchanges, because obviously this wasn't listed on Gate and that when we got in. Very nice blockchain project, smart team, huge previous success. Market cap was 50 million at the time, so it's now 657. So we're on 11x, maybe 12x even. Not bad for a bear market. Long-term potential 30 to 60x, which I still believe it can do. You know, we're on 12x. We've still got a long way to go. And really nice project. Really nice project. And it was mainly the team. The first two things I look at when I'm investing into a project is what's the team, and then what's the tech. You know, so team and tech. And the team was, you know, when I looked into Jonathan's work and what he was doing, very smart guy, super smart guy. Really creating something special in terms of the DAG chain and the whole sort of Bitcoin being sort of digital gold but not being able to use as a peer-to-peer network, and then the DAG chain was the Kaspa DAG chain was supposed to be made to be silver. Digital silver, so to speak. So I was really interested in that, and then I saw that they had Yang as an advisor. And for those that don't know, this guy's been invested in been a part of many successful projects, including he was the co-creator of Farmville, on also another project called My Mini Life that was sold to Zynga Games. So experienced people, you know, clever people involved, and then obviously the tech is the second part I looked at, and obviously I thought it was really interesting. And there wasn't much out there in terms of the Ghost DAG chain that they'd created, and in terms of the speed in which the blocks could be processed. So as you can see here, Caspar is the fastest and most scalable instant confirmation transaction layer ever built on proof of work engine. Transactions sent to miners, it can be included immediately in the ledger, which is structured as revolutionary block DAG. Caspar is based on the Ghost DAG Phantom protocol, a scalable generalization of the Nakamoto consensus, Bitcoin consensus. Its design is faithful to the principles of Satoshi, and it was really interesting stuff. I'm not a developer myself, so I don't know all the ins and outs of how all the chains work and stuff like that. Like, it's really technical if you want to do a deep dive into that. But it looked really interesting to me, and the main thing, again, like I say, is I invest in things with smart people, you know, and smart teams who know what they're doing. And we were pretty early, you know, it wasn't listed on any big exchanges. And one of the main ways I make money in the space is by finding gems early that aren't on exchanges, you know. And if you've got a good team and a good product, when it's introduced to the world, people are going to invest, especially in this space where we've still not solved the blockchain issue. You know, you've got Ethereum charging stupid fees, and it's not fully scalable, and we're still early days. Even though we're 10 years, 12 years into crypto, we're still very early days. So yeah, I think Casper can do very well. It's even though the market cap is 627 million. Let's not forget. Even Cardano went to 90 billion. Which would be, a huge, it'd be over 100x from where we are today. So I would like to see Casper get to at least 2 to 3 billion. And I think it can do that pretty soon. I mean, another thing to take into account is we're in a bear market, right? This thing has just been going up when everything else is going down. And there's only a few projects from the last bull run I remember that done that. And the ones that did done very well. So yeah, pay very close attention to projects that are not crashing with everything else. Another reason that this didn't crash is because it wasn't filled with VCs. So many projects, especially a lot of projects on Solana, great projects, just absolutely melted because they're full of VCs. The VCs just dump on the retail buy-in, and the project doesn't have the legs to grow, right? So this is a classic case of a great project with a great team with no VCs, a fair launch. And you can see here, we're getting small pullbacks. Like people got in early here, yeah. So I mean, we were in quite a way back. So we were in September. We took some profit. We took a little bit of profit. I like to take enough out so that it's a free investment. So I took out my initial. I maybe made a few thousand, just over 1,000, I believe. And then I thought I'll hold the rest. I believe in the project. I'm going to hold the rest long term, which has massively paid off now. And I think a lot of people would have done that. A lot of people would have taken out their initials. And you can see here we had some pullbacks. They took out their initials. And then now we're on this crazy run. And the rest of the world is starting to find out about Caspar. And so I think it still has got a long way to go. I think we've got a lot to see from Caspar. And they're very busy. They're constantly doing stuff. I mean, if we take a look at the news, like this was today even, just partnered with Zelcore, a new wallet there. Twitter Spaces yesterday, talking about the project. The community are really active as well. Really buzzing community. And a really passionate community, and I think that's another thing that drives projects. People who believe in it, and they become attached to the whole movement, similar to how sort of Cardano did and the ADA community. And new listings are coming left, right, and centre. I mean, when we got on this, it must have been like on 2 exchanges. I think it was literally on 2 exchanges. And now we're on some top exchanges. We're on Gate, we're on Mexig, CoinX, TXBit, BingX. We're on a lot. And notice we're still not on the Binances, the Crows, the Coinbases. So still a lot of growth here. A lot of projects you'll see they're on like 90 to 100 exchanges. So we're still only on 10. New listing here. Hotbit, recent new listing, pretty big exchange. So the team are busy. They're constantly working. There's upgrades coming, and this is something I like to see in terms of holding on to my investments. And the prices explains itself. Also on the bot, we've got a bot that I built in TradingView, and it's just basic Python script. And you can see here, we had a sell here, we were breaking trend. I mean, it had come up a lot, people were taking profits, but we didn't break below the previous low. Then the bot gave us a buy signal here at around 0.005. So we're not far off 10x that, and we just went on a massive run. And the thing I like about this bot is we didn't get any other sell signals. So if you bought in here, you don't have to sell until you get the sell signal. We don't have to, but it's a good point of reference because more often than not, it's very accurate for calling bottoms and tops. And no sell signal. Even when we had this little ropey bit here and here, it said to hold on to it. And then we've had this massive run. What's interesting here is you see these massive wicks here. You can see people taking huge profits, right? So some people who got in earlier on 100x, me and the community have made like a 12x, which is still a lot. And, we've taken out our initials, so it's all free money for us. We can't lose. Even if this crashes to zero or gets hacked, we can't lose. And that's something I stress to everyone. Once you've doubled up your money, take out your initial, and then it's free money, and then reinvest the initial into another project. Once that doubles, take out your initial, and before you know it, you can be invested in 20 projects with the same money you started with. And it's a cool way to grow your portfolio without having to risk making losses. So we had some real big profits taken here, and we come right down here to 0.025. So we've got very strong support here. I've drawn in 2 trend lines, and then it just went off the chart. So we might follow this trend line. I expect we'll pump. I'd love to see us have a 3-leg pump up to like 0.05. That's a big ask. I think 0.05 is a big psychological number. We'll probably get a lot of resistance, and then I expect we'll have some sort of pullback or correction. Obviously, this depends on what Bitcoin's doing. So I expect, even though this has been going up without Bitcoin, I expect investors are going to be selling and buying based on Bitcoin movements, because typically things do tend to follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin follows tech stocks, and tech stocks have been pumping a lot, and Bitcoin has not been following the tech stocks pump recently. I don't know if that's because a lot of people think we're not going to break 30k BTC, but if we do break 30k BTC, I expect we're going to see a lot of FOMO and all the people sitting on the sidelines just watching the traditional markets go up, watching Bitcoin go up, watching altcoins go up. They're going to have no choice but to jump into the market. So yeah, I would love to see us come up to 0.5, because we've completely eaten up this dip, right? Or everyone was waiting to get into this project, and they've just eaten up the dip. So I'd like to see us pump. Even if we go sideways, I'm happy, as long as we're not like losing this and crashing right back down. I think here we're going to go sideways, maybe come back to the trend line, and then see us take the next leg up to 5 cents, come up to 5 cents, build some support here, because 5 cents we're going to be about pushing up to a billion market cap. It's a big psychological figure again. Maybe come sideways. I think it's going to trend upwards. I really do. I don't think seeing this go up in the bear market when everything else was crashing, seeing the community, seeing the work. There's a lot of developments going on to Casper now as well that are going to make it even faster. This could go anywhere up to. My price prediction would be, if it has a good run in the bull market, this is based on it being 600 million market cap right now in a bear market, right? If this goes on, the community keeps growing and they keep developing the chain, we get ledger support as something else we really need, ledger support, which is on the way. This could do really well. I mean, this could go up to 10-15 billion market cap. So we're talking about 20-25x from where we are right now. So yeah, very bullish on Caspar. I'm going to hold it till the bull run, no matter what happens. And big things coming. Stay tuned if you want to keep up to date with all of the latest projects that we're invested in. Like I said here, the buy alerts, I put all the buy alerts in the Discord so you can see what we're buying, what we're invested in. There's also spreadsheets of all the investments and when we're buying and selling. Obviously, you also have access to the bot as well, so you can get all the bot signals, and really cool for finding buy-ins on. It works on stocks and altcoins. If we just have a look at Bitcoin on the bot. Really cool buys and sells here. So we were waiting to buy the dip, and we got a sell here. So we sold when we got the bot, and we crashed down from 22. We came all the way down to like 19.6. So we shorted that, made some money on the crash. And then if you look also the last buy down here, it was ridiculous. We got a buy 16.9k. No sales up until here, 23k. So that was such a ride. Crashed right down, and then we got a buy signal here, and still we're on a buy, right? Bitcoin itself, we broke out of this pennant. A lot of people thought we were going to break down, come back, retest, which is still possible. Turned out to be a fake out. I think this was just a lot of buying pressure from the institutional waiting to get in, with the banks melting. Everyone was panicking. Where should they put their funds? And we saw a lot of people in the TradFi who had never had Bitcoin coming in. And I think this is why we had so much buying pressure. Even the government was selling Bitcoin here. And they were selling off huge amounts here, and we just ate it up and carried on rising. So based on this sort of sideways movement, I'd say it's likely we're going to move up. The technical breakout target for this would be about 31,000. So I think we'll come up 31,000. I honestly think a lot of people are in denial right now, and I think we might keep pushing up, especially with the traditional markets moving up right now. A lot of people are calling for more downside. I've seen people calling for 10k, 5k. Why weren't you buying here? You've got the 200-day moving average here. This is a classic line. Over the 200-day, technically you're in a bull market. Under the 200-day, you're in a bear market, right? So we broke through this is a signal to buy. Okay, you broke through the 200-day, you went up, you went up, you went up. You came back down to test the 200-day. Now, if we had a drop below, that would have been a very weak sign, and I would have been inclined to say, okay, we're going to come down and we're going to test new lows. But we held support on this. Look, twice we tested it. We came down, tested it, retest, boom, back, straight back up. This is like the definition of the start of a bull run. All the bull signals are pretty much bullish. Are we bullish on the weekly, on the bot? Possibly. Yes, we're even bullish on the weekly. All right. So I don't know how many more signals people need to buy back in to Bitcoin. But I think once we start breaching over 30K, it's quite a psychological number. And I think a lot of people are going to start buying back in, especially when we head into altcoin season. But yeah, we had the sell back up here on the weekly on the bot. It's a great sell, 46,000. And we've just got a buy for the first time. We've broke through the 200-day. We're even through the 200-week now. So yeah, just loading up on tons of gems like Caspar, looking for the small market caps, projects that we think can, at least 10 to 20x. I don't buy Ethereum. I don't buy Bitcoin. It just doesn't make sense to me trying to turn 1k into 4k. What am I going to do with that? Buy a new car? If I put 1k in Caspar, I've already made 6k. I can't lose as it's free money now because I've flipped it at 50%. And if Caspar goes on to do, a 20x from here, I'm sitting on 65k from a free investment. It just doesn't make sense to me to invest in Bitcoin. There is no way I could make 60k from Bitcoin with my little 1k, 2k investments. So I stay away from the big caps. I look for gems. I look for good teams, good communities, good tech. And the narratives as well, there's quite a few different narratives right now that are really interesting. I'll do another video on crypto gaming because I think a lot of people are going to lose money in specific gaming sectors. I think gaming ecosystems are going to be huge, like Gala. There's a few others I'm looking at as well. But I don't think individual games are going to perform like they did last run. We had that. A lot of people lost a lot of money, and we had a lot of we got a lot of PTSD from those losses. If we look at Axie Infinity, it's a prime example of just a total collapse. Look at this. Absolutely melted. So we got in Axie, I think about $20. Very nice run. And then I said, as soon as we break this trend line, we're finished. And we broke it around 150. I didn't quite sell that high, but we made some gains on this. But I don't think individual games like this are going to come back because so many people lost so much money, and the whole sort of play to earn mechanisms were kind of messed up. A lot of people were coming in the games to make money, and they were just like selling and manipulating. I think we need to get back into the stage where we play games for fun, and you get to keep the digital assets as NFTs. I'll do another video on this because there might be some games like maybe Illuvium potentially, but gaming ecosystems I think is the one. There's a few other narratives right now, decentralized leverage trading projects. There's a few of those, and if you get the right ones, you can definitely make 10 to 100x. Layer 2s on Bitcoin we're seeing with stacks and stuff like that. So loads of gems around right now. Obviously it's higher risk. The lower the cap, the higher the risk. But if you're doing your fundamental analysis right, which I've done in one of my previous videos, how to find crypto gems, go check that out. You'll see on there a lot of content about how to find projects, things to look for, how to assess the team, how to assess the roadmap. So stay tuned. Links for the Discord below, and go check out Caspar.